the dentist story from Harlan Ellison, where like back when he was notable, he was at some like science fiction convention or something, and decided like go to the other side of the hotel to like have a drink and get away from everyone who's trying to fucking get up his shit. And he's like, oh, there's like a dentist convention here too. I could be sitting next to like the most famous dentist in the world and I would never know, and like no one over here has any idea who I am. So like that like fame being super subjective and local is
totally
really interesting.
It is interesting because I find that like one of my like all-time favorite musical influences or whatever is this guy named Butch Walker, who I like shocked if someone has heard of him. If I say that name and somebody goes like, "Oh, I love Butch Walker," I'm like, "Whoa, what? You've heard of him?"
Yeah, I know I've heard of him. I can't remember exactly what the context is. Sorry.
He's more known now. He's done a lot of producing of people. He's like produced Avril Lavigne and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you just say Avril Lavigne sounds familiar, Mark?
No, the name sounds familiar.
Oh,
the name
Avril Lavigne sounds familiar.
I think I know who that is.
But Butch Walker's never really had any. He had, I think, like one big hit with his band, the Marvelous Three, back in the day. They had a song called "Freak of the Week." But I think that was the biggest thing he's ever done. But like for me, he's like right up there with the Beatles as far as like influences and how good he is. But yeah, it's kind of fun to have that and be like, I don't mean to be hipster because it's not a hipster. I really am like shocked if anybody's heard of him.
And you'd be genuinely happy if the whole world were.
Oh, absolutely. Like when I meet somebody who's heard of him, I'm like, oh my God, you too? Yes.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah, it's like when I talk about game people. It's like, oh, you don't know this random game designer or whatever? Like,
which D&D campaign did he make? Why are you hitting me?
We're gonna play with my sister and her boyfriend. To convince them not to play D&D. They might be watching. They know about the stream. Hi, Zach and Caitlin, if you're there.
We have 0 viewers right now, so we are free to do whatever we like.
They might watch later. I doubt it,
but in the present, we are free.
I know. I was thinking about that earlier, where I was like, I kind of like it better when no one is watching.
I
get weirdly performative.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's that like audience effect. So
I'm torn. I like both for different reasons.
That's about right.
I know what you mean. Like when there is people in chat, then I kind of feel like we need to make sure and tend to them and make sure they feel included and be part of that, because otherwise, why the fuck do they want to be here if we're going to ignore them?
You fools.
It's like when you invite a friend. Yeah, it reminds me like when you invite your friend to a place where you know everyone and you're like, I need to make sure you have a good time too.
We have
Chaotic Blade has corrected us. We have one viewer.
Chaotic Blade has entered the arena.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Hello.
Just kidding. Chaotic Blade is here.
Now
I have to be
miss people.
Now I have to be on and perform.
Prepare for solid entertainment. Comedy gold.
I know. I was like, actually, probably would be better for the viewer if I just pretended no one was there. Because I probably like sweat desperation or something weird.
What's funny
like
about
early
that
improvisers.
is like that's basically the opposite of Twitch. Like especially as a new, like I've streamed on Twitch before, but I'm like a nobody and I very rarely have any viewers. But the thing is, like if you're streaming to nobody, you still need to act as if you're streaming to a bunch of people, because otherwise it's really boring. If somebody does drop into your stream and you're just like sitting there not saying anything because you think nobody's there, then they're gonna drop right back out. So it's like you're constantly talking as if you're talking to people, even though there's nobody there, and it's a very strange thing.
I think I just want to play.
Yeah, I did that when I was doing my woodworking thing. Like I Facebook lived it a couple times last year, and I was like, normally I'm just like in there, just doing my shit and focusing. But I was like talking through all the stuff I was doing, and like this is why we do the table saw this way. And it was, and like even though probably no one was watching, it was interesting. Sort of
it is. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at it. I just try to keep the mindset of it's kind of the same as if you were making a video that you're going to post, because obviously
Yeah.
you're making a video, you're going to be talking to camera and going, hey, here's what I'm doing, I'm cutting the wood like that. That mindset of it will be viewed at some point by somebody.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
had the
here to
thing
make
of-
friends.
We've had the thing of the kids occasional for a while. We're like talking in the style of YouTube unboxing videos.
Oh no.
Let's see what's on the dinner plate.
Oh my
Oh
god, that's
my God.
amazing. Oh,
I
And it's
find
like-
that's
I'm
really
like
funny.
twitching, but also kind of anthropologically taking notes.
there's so many things that I think to myself and go like, oh God, I sound like stereotypical, like out of touch, grumpy old person. Because like sometimes I'll find I'm watching, TikToks or videos or whatever, and there's so many, like I see a lot of like new guitar day ones or whatever, which is like, oh, get in the box and opening the box and unzipping the case. And I'm like, just show me the fucking guitar. I don't want to
How do I
Show me the
strut forward?
baby.
I don't want to see the box in the case and the
want to
open. I
see
just
the
want to
baby.
pull it out and go,
Show me
hey,
the
new
baby.
guitar, cool.
the
I don't
baby.
care about the box or the case.
You need
or
to make
anything.
an unboxing video that is looped perfectly so that you end up pulling a box out and then it skips back to the beginning.
Amazing.
Eternal guitar.
I'm like, stop taking so long getting the good thing out of the box.
Meanwhile, there's a cat looking over your shoulder going, ooh, another box.
It's a box.
This is the best.
Invisible do.
Invisible.
Yeah,
Ghost
Heath has a ghost drink tonight. Ghost do.
Let's see,
I was
where
spending
were
too
we?
long in my mind trying to make a pun about Mountain Dew, so I just had to say invisible do to get that out. Blah.
Do.
Now I just got Genesis stuck in my head. It seems to be an invisible do. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just gotta always act like there's an audience.
This is what it's like, everybody.
Well, that's the good
Look
thing about
upon
when
our
you,
works
I
in
mean, when there's
despair.
4 of us together, I don't really have to do anything different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different when you're by yourself and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, it's just me and there's nobody watching, but I'm going to pretend like there is. Hey,
Our audience
people
is
out
out there.
there.
Class sometimes because like I'm teaching and
Oh,
everyone's got
yeah.
their Zoom cameras off. So I'm like, hey everybody, let's do some fucking JavaScript. Woo!
I did it. High
I may as well be by
schoolers
myself.
are, yeah.
Just like a couple people who are there like, yeah, or like thumbs up in the chat. I'm like, thank fucking God.
Yeah, when I was doing some of the participatory action research with the high schoolers on Zoom, like occasionally one would be unmuted and I would hear laughter and I'd be like, oh,
Yes.
what I'm doing is making sense. Usually no response. Bless them.
So it sounds like we're all playing Vikings tomorrow morning. Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, is that the
I
plan?
just canceled my dance class
Awesome.
because I heard we were going to be Vikings.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
And I don't want to leave the house. In
What
case
is
it's
the
ice.
maximum number of players for Vikings?
6.
Oh,
cool.
wow,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
You can have a lot
We
of
have
Vikings.
6 boats.
Yeah.
I might not be last. That's exciting.
No.
So I'll be
probably
last. I claim dibs on that.
It will
Mark
be.
just like zooms ahead. And they're
I
like,
will
I
be
jumped into
interesting.
a
I'm
random
not
multiplayer game today and someone was like playing like a level 9 song. We're like, okay, here we go. Oh, hey, I'm doing this. Oh, cool.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm really good at everything.
No, just rhythm games.
I will be. It would be interesting to see how that. Well, you've played it multiplayer, I guess, because
Yeah.
It seems like. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it is because it seems like it would. Is it at all social? Because it seems like it's just gonna be everybody doing their own thing.
If you're in a party, then you can chat with each other. So you're like,
Okay.
like the part of
shit
the
talk
shitty
the
part of the
whole
song
time.
comes up, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, it's mostly that. It's mostly fuck.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's exactly. A lot of intense concentration followed by profanity. God damn it!
Occasionally
shit.
singing along.
There's also an emoji.
Ich bin
organ.
Loki.
Might have to play some. I've only played. I think I've only played it once, but I played for a while.
I
And yeah,
Yeah.
I got
I played like an hour.
the next day. I was like, "Ooh, I'm a little sore today."
Yeah, it's actually
From
exercise.
I
drumming.
played it
Yeah.
last night. I was terrible at it.
Chaotic
And I
Blade
found like
5,
when I'm playing,
there's
I kind of bounce because the next day like my
Yeah.
legs were sore too, and you don't use your legs in the game, but I
There's
apparently
there's
do.
a- for those at home, there's an Oculus game called Ragnarok, ROCK.
Oh,
where
I spelled it
you're
wrong.
playing drums to make a Viking boat go, and it's amazing.
Here we
I
go.
I remember, I think the first rhythm game I ever played was Samba de Amigo, and I immediately
yeah.
loved it.
So good.
I was like,
just
this
talking
game
about
is the best.
how, like,
I feel
because you
very
had to buy
cool.
like fucking Maraca controllers for your PlayStation,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
like
that's
you could
so
only
cool.
use it with that game.
Yep.
And like there's like a taiko drum game and like a couple games like that.
And then I had Donkey Konga, which I fucking
Yep.
loved.
Boom, 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 boom. But like with the Oculus, like boom, I got maracas.
Yeah.
Like Samba de
There's
Amigo
your
would be
tagline for
amazing.
the Oculus for the next Oculus.
Oculus.
Oculus
Boom,
3.
you've got maracas.
Boom, you got maracas.
That's another like old person thing we can do of like back in my day when you wanted a gun or a glove, we had to buy
You had
a
to buy it.
gun
I had
or
a special
glove.
controller that looked like a gun, and it was
You
only
wanted to
used
dance
in
on the
one
floor, you had to
game.
buy a floor.
Then the dog would laugh at you. Okay, Dad.
Good dog.
Get your pills.
All right, Dad. Get out of my
Speaking of
guardian
dogs.
zone, Dad.
And then the first time I played Guitar Hero, I went to my friend Esteban's in
Mm.
Dallas, and he had Guitar Hero. And I was like, this is the best game ever. And I played so much that the
Yeah.
next day, my arm was like almost paralyzed sore.
No.
But I wanted to keep playing so much more
Yep.
that I put it down on easy just so I could keep
Oh,
playing
okay.
Y'all,
because
there-
I didn't want to stop.
That
I have
sounds about
played a
right.
Connect once, and I think I was playing like a mini game. I didn't even play the actual game, but there's a game where you can be a Rancor from Star Wars,
What?
and you just run around and destroy shit.
What?
And I think I like pulled an arm because it was so fun.
Oh my
Well, it's
god.
the same thing with the Xbox Connect stuff, because like, there's like they're like, hey, here's the basic default like run around and do adventures games. And it's like running and jumping and ducking, and jumping to the side. And I've played it with Pot a bunch because you like are interested in the living room side to side, having like camera recognition on you, and it's just like going to fucking CrossFit or something. It's not a
Really
game.
intensive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm glad I got the Oculus.
yeah.
Glad I joined the
I'm glad
Oculus
that
crew.
worked out for you.
It's a
I'm
really
glad
good
Mark bought two.
And
Benefits.
decided the newer one
yeah.
was just kind of. eh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still playing the old one, so
I
Oh,
am
yeah,
curious
he
if
said
that's
he-
why, because I seem to only be the one who knows, but every time we all play, I have the hardest time hearing you. I hear
Hmm.
everybody else really clear, but you
I
sound.
also
you're-
have an old one, so
Oh, because that doesn't make any sense. And I don't know why it always picks on you then. I wonder if it's
Mark
because,
Maybe
just
my
whispers to fuck with
voice
me.
is just too low for the microphone to pick up.
or maybe I wonder if it's because you said you often have like, you often seem to have like network problems or internet problems.
Sometimes, yeah.
I wonder if that like lowers
Yeah.
audio quality or something.
Yeah. I could hear it's funny playing the same house because I can hear his voice boom through the walls before I hear it. I'm like, oh no, he's about to.
by the way, how is everybody doing in Austin with the storm and everything?
It's all better today. I mean,
Yeah,
it's still
cool.
cold, but I actually drove to
but
the store today.
Good.
Yeah, I heard that some people had lost power, and I was on a call with the dean and some professors today, and one of the professors lost power. But
Oh.
Mm.
I didn't know if you knew I was important.
What's funny is
Just so you know, I can
Come up
slip that in there.
organically.
yesterday in like the middle of the afternoon when it was like the least bad, I was going to go ahead and brave it to the nearest QT to get some snacks and stuff. So I got my car had a couple inches of ice on the windshield in the back window. So I got in my car, turned on a podcast, turned on the heat, and just like sat there for 30 minutes. But even after like 30 minutes, that ice had not even remotely started to melt on my front and back window. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm staying home. Because I had
Yeah.
no way to, I didn't have an ice scraper or anything. And it was not budging at all. It was like a thick, hard layer of ice on both windows.
Mm.
Yeah, we just lived under a sugar crust for a day.
Yeah.
It's
You
very
know-
funny trying to get up the hill to the chickens.
Here's
Oh,
how you
no.
know
Oh,
things are extreme. Heath cooked some turkey burgers yesterday. Heath never cooks, ever.
Ooh.
Ever. But I'd bought some turkey burgers when I was in Fort
Desperation.
Worth at an Airbnb, and then my shoot got canceled because of COVID, so I never cooked them up. And it came back here, and I was like, I'm never going to cook these up. I'm never going to cook them. I should just throw them away now because I'm never going to cook them.
Oh,
Come yesterday, I was like,
I'm gonna cook.
seems like a good day to cook these turkey burgers up. So I cooked all 6 of them at once. I was at the stove for like an hour,
Yeah.
6 turkey burgers, cooked, seasoned, ready to go.
Nice.
So that was my snowpocalypse
Okay.
survival story.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other funny part, it cracked me up anyway, was like, since I couldn't go to the store, didn't have any Diet Mountain Dew. But then last night I was like, started foraging through the fridge. I was like, Rogue Forgotten Diet Mountain Dew, score! And it was like this,
These
finding
are
a
like
cache of food in the
currency
zombie
of the
apocalypse.
apocalypse time.
Been
First world
eventful over
problems.
there. Just an adventure.
It was. Cooked burgers, found a Rogue Diet Mountain Dew. It's crazy.
Getting my PDFs set up here.
Pardoof.
All right.
How many PDFs do you have open on your computer?
I got the rules. I got the summary sheet. I got the threats book. I got the mastermind sheet.
Oh, yeah, I should get a
and
little thing to prop
I
me.
should get the playbooks open too.
It's about 100 less than you usually have.
Yeah.
Pardoof.
The mastermind,
that's-
Theodora Braithwaite. Okay. And I think y'all are gonna get a new threat today.
I prefer not to.
Because we've been dealing with the ones we've got so well.
You know, you've done better than
It's more
most.
like a to-do list. It's not really like, just like we gotta.
I'm sure
get to
nothing
them,
bad
get-
happens. if
Yeah,
I
nothing
let
bad's gonna
you
happen.
leave all the threats.
That's what Mark and I were talking about earlier. I was like, it's not like it's gonna like hurt us or anybody else.
Maybe not you, but
No consequences.
3 audience members. All right.
Yay!
Well, I think it's, we started the
Yeah.
game. Peter used all of the dice luck in the first 5
Right.
minutes.
This is
And-
true.
And then
Oh,
we
yeah.
were just absolutely fucked on die rolls for the next
It's
thing.
just like,
I'm
oh,
like
what is-
in a pit full of bodies right now.
Oh yeah. So you were digging up the graves with you were looking for the grave of the murdered girl with Dirty William. The cops came, blew their
The
whistle.
late
Dirty
Dirty
William
William.
ran off, set their dogs on him, and you hid in a grave under some bodies. And something
Like you
weird
do.
happened. What was it like? You felt
Oh, they're starting to grab me, I think, a little. These are
Oh,
some
yeah. There
of my
was-
discards.
Yeah, some of your
Like your-
discards were like, mother.
I'm,
Oh,
get-
yeah.
I'm being cuddled right now.
yeah, you're being cuddled.
Hmm.
Oh, and you're ghoulish. That's right. And then Gareth was
I didn't realize it was a
Oh,
change.
Francis was trying to do the spirit lamp thing, I think, in the
Yep,
room.
and it
wound
turned
up
out perfectly. Went
Yeah.
great.
a really good job. Summoned some spirits. They went to the kitchen.
No notes.
Gareth was having a good time getting in the back door because the cook hated him for whatever reason. But then she was really cheery and then grabbed him
Oh,
and
that's
then cut
right.
her own arm off and her hand crawled up and choked you. But then you undid that, I think.
Yeah, Mark, your imagination.
Mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it going that way at all. I just remember putting on a mask and everything
never-
went fine.
We never did the what happened instead for your mask.
Oh no.
So I
Did we
think
not?
I had assumed it was
leave that.
that whatever it was possessed the cook instead of Francis, but
Oh yeah, well whatever it
Oh.
was possessed the cook, but the cook like murdered Francis, so he put
or
on the mask
murdered
to
Gareth. Yeah.
yeah, Gareth. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, we'll do that when we do your next scene and see where you are instead.
I haven't marked a mask for that yet though, have I? Because I'd already marked. I have 2 marked, but those were before that, correct? Do you remember? Does anyone remember?
think you.
Or was that my second mask?
I think that was your second mask because that was the
Oh, yeah.
yeah because you that was your father was
Tom,
hunting
Todd.
and he shot a
Yeah.
gun and
Yeah.
set the dogs, and that's when the police shot a gun in the air and set the dogs off in the graveyard. Did a little
Echo.
with that.
Oh, okay. So we did do my flashback. We just didn't come back
we
to
just
reality.
didn't do the like what happened instead.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Cool.
So we're still in night and we're doing the third step of the unseen, I think, the baker's son.
Oh man.
Do you remember which 2 of you did the first 2, paint the scene and describe act 1?
I have not. I know
I've
that.
done the first scene. I did the snow falling.
Okay, and there was she had gray gown, auburn hair. There's flower. Great.
Oh wait, no,
Heath,
I
you wanna
did. I did do one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
the
did
one that
scene
hasn't
two.
done anything yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because I did
Peter
the
will
one where
kick
he
off.
was. Yeah, okay, where he was like
Yeah.
bringing biscuits to the noble woman,
Yeah.
and they couldn't eat
Classic,
together.
classic biscuits to noble woman tale.
So the third one Heath is gonna do Night at the Grand Guignol. the
Wait, you mean
baker's
Peter,
son.
right? Because I have done.
Peter, yeah, Peter.
Okay. I
One
was
of-
like,
one of
double
you
Heath. Okay.
Boys. Describe Act 2 in which Daniel impotently fights back against the forces that prevent him with being with Dahlia.
Okay. Right. This is where the play becomes very abstract. And we see Daniel stage left, Dahlia extreme stage right, and between them, a group of figures. Each of them wears an identical mask and has a long black cloak. And you just see them advance as one step by step by step. And Daniel, in a way that seems more dance-like, is sweeping forward with his rolling pin and waves it down at one, and you see it fall kind of mechanically, and a ribbon of red fabric is flung up into the air, and he gets
Nice.
one and then another, but then the lights start to turn red as the figures surround him. And then when they come back away, we see Daniel now has one of their masks and a cloak and is holding
Nice.
the pin still.
I love
Cool.
how artsy this play has been so far. It's
It's
very minimalist.
Yeah.
It's too intellectual for Dirty William.
Where's this fucking set? There's no set.
I
Is she
think that's
gonna
a-
show her boobies?
That's a great lead in to the kitchen with Gareth. So instead of grabbing her arm and choking you to death, you'll be getting the less bad version of the thing you tried to do, where the door opens and there's the smiling what's her name? Irene, Irma. Where's that book?
The cook, Irma?
The cook, Irma.
Irma Bombeck.
There we go. Irma Thicket, the cook. Yeah, instead of being scowly and jolly, she is very pleasant, and she has a big rolling pin in her hand and says, "Oh, Mr. Arkpenny, I'm sorry I was so rude. Please come in." And she gestures inside with the rolling pin that bids you walk past her.
Deja vu.
But she does not grab you with an iron grip. What will you do with that?
What will I do?
Sally is still upstairs waiting for you, right?
I don't know if she, because I don't know that I'm expected. I mean, obviously. Oh, I don't know where she is at this point. I remember that because I was trying.
She's in the house somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, but I didn't know. I know we said there were some like lights on in rooms, but I didn't know which one was hers.
Yeah.
Well, I just did an awesome summoning that went fine.
I think I was like, oh, no worries. I was merely seeing Francis and I had some business to discuss on the way here, so I was walking with him. But unfortunately, I have a matter to attend to back at Hargrave House that I must get to immediately.
Oh yes, Francis is right inside. He's waiting in the dining room for you. Please come in.
He's not waiting for me. I just left him. He was just in, and then he walked in.
Oh no, he insists on seeing you.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Oh,
let's see.
God.
He's so insistent.
Can't
Trying
waste
to
a
figure
lot
if
of
there's
this one,
anything I can
Arkpenny.
do here. I don't really think there's anything I can do here.
Ceremony of some sort.
Ceremony.
Okay, excuse me, Irma, while I do a quick ceremony. Do you mind?
Draw.
Just to draw a circle.
And as like you stand at the door and she is waiting for you, you see tears starting to come out of her eyes and dripping down her face.
Okay.
And before
Onions.
they leave her face, they freeze into little icicles on her cheeks because it's so cold in the kitchen.
That happens to our dog sometimes.
Oh.
Not with tears, but it just drools and then it gets icicles on her snout.
Lover.
I've ruined the moment.
I'm guessing that my whole ritual, my rites of salt and smoke and all that, like that's all going to be pretty involved. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no like
that's
quick rituals, right? It's not like,
Oh no, that's a
It's not like
that's
a little
deal.
like kit,
not like a yeah,
science kit.
Oh,
like a
so-
spell. You can just go.
It's not a cantrip. No.
Little,
Yeah.
little klutz juggling pack you can buy at the museum gift shop.
Yep.
Cantrip.
To figure out if there's.
Yeah, can
some
you do
way-
a night move or something in this? So that imparts more risks. Like
Yeah.
that.
When
Well,
you do,
there's also-
I think just walking past her would invoke a night move.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I can do because, like, obviously, I know something is amiss. Is there some way I can incorporate my glass container of ferrous fluid?
Ooh, I don't know. Is there?
Try-
Hmm.
I mean, you
We've
could also
never-
just like decker.
I kind of figure
or
Wow,
run
Mark.
faster, or like
Yeah, I mean,
Violence.
or
We-
just
my
run.
gut
refuse to
instinct
be
is
violent.
my gut instinct is I need to rescue her, but I don't know what.
Mm,
So I don't want to hurt her.
As is the way of this group, we will always try to make friends with everything that comes across our
Because
path.
it works out so well for us so
Yeah.
much of the time.
That
I just have this vision of the ferrofluid somehow surreptitiously going up Irma's nose and doing something.
I was thinking of like turning them
Ooh.
into like little sunglasses and so she couldn't see you. But I'm really missing the tone here. I need to get back into the
Yeah, I guess it's like
actual tone.
I know that the item has not really been
Oh yeah.
dictated as to
Defined.
what it can or can't
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So I'm figuring that's.
yeah, and that's just something you would add to a roll for something you are.
Oh,
already
right.
doing,
Hmm.
Okay, well, let me just. I want. My goal is to subdue her.
Mm, okay,
This is what I want to do.
fisticuffs it is then.
Wow.
That's my strength.
So quick to violence.
That's why I don't
Yeah,
want to
so-
hurt her. I want to subdue
Yeah.
her so I can help her.
Do you want to subdue her
Well, she-
physically?
'cause I
or
know she's
try
possessed.
Yeah, get the ghost out somehow.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Is
we
there a
don't- we
way
don't know
to
how.
punch the ghost out of her?
Well, it sound-
Justifications we have for punching ladies.
well, no, I'm figuring I could probably do some kind of exorcism ritual, but that would require subduing her. And she's not going to go along with that. I can't be like, pardon me, ma'am. Would you participate in an exorcism ritual with me?
Is there some
Or wait, can I?
You're very
Now I'm
are
won-
you charming?
Well, now I'm wondering if I could
no?
perform some kind of ruse to get her involved in something else. And
Well,
make it
and-
really an exorcism ritual.
I want to throw in like maybe Gareth being so experienced with the occult and spirits and stuff knows what would tempt them
Mm.
into or knows what would get them to do something stupid.
And you also have your voices.
Oh, what is the voices?
Do
Yeah, and that's just like you hear voices all the time. It's your. I think as you're standing there
There's also
waiting,
Sean.
waiting to waiting for her to like do something besides stand there creepily, the door from the hall opens and Sally walks in with like an apron full of like potatoes.
Hmm.
You know, she's like, oh, Mrs. Thicket, Mrs. Thicket, I got these from the basement. There were some undamaged. Do you want me to peel them tonight or leave them in the morning? I'm not really familiar with
Peel him and leave him out overnight.
kitchens.
Overnight
I'm not
potatoes.
much one for
Overnight
kitchen work.
potatoes. I guess you could soak them. I don't know. how
And,
potatoes work. I don't know why I'm talking.
And Irma turns from you and turns towards Sally, like again overly pleasantly, and she's like, "Forget the potatoes, dear. Come here and give old Mrs. Thicket a hug." And Sally, like, oh, okay.
No, Sally.
I
Puts
think at
the
that point
potatoes down.
I would tell Sally to run and try to tackle Irma.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Do you and Sally
Violence.
have like secret words for run away?
Oh.
I'll tell Sally to run and get Francis. Sally, get Francis. Irma's possessed. Tackle.
All right. It's a fight then.
Just straightforward.
Um,
Fight it
that
is.
sounds like vitality.
Heat of the moment.
Unless you want to work in something, I think that's just gonna be straight up 2 dice.
I was thinking I could perhaps use my ferrous liquid to blind, not blind her
could.
permanently, but like cover her eyes. Because hey, let's just blow all of our stuff early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell
let's
me
get rid of
where
our stuff.
tell me more about your glass container of ferrous fluid.
I figured while she was turned around, while she was facing Sally, I would have like pulled it out and poured the ferrous fluid into my hand so that I could come up behind her and slap it on her eyes.
Mm.
No, I'm laughing just because I'm imagining also the fluid just kind of making little squelching noises of
Yeah.
adhesion. You know?
Cool. That sounds like 3 dice
like-
top
Just
2 then.
imagining the noises too.
Very uncomfortable.
I should save a 3 dice roll. That's what I'm gonna do that now.
And
Like,
check
I know
off
she's
your
got, like,
but is she
personal quarters
okay?
item.
Just a wet oatmeal noise.
I'm actually saving rolls, so I don't have to custom do them every time. I have my list of saved rolls now.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
trying to leverage the power of
You
our
can save
dice room.
roll- Oh, you can save rolls.
Yeah,
Oh,
What
I can
will they
only
think
save
of
rows
next?
If I log in.
yeah. I'm logged into my account.
I should have
Okay,
set up a
I'm going to
username and
roll
password.
3d6. How about a looks like it's a 5 or 2 and a 5 or a 5 and a 2.
Yep, it looks like a 5. 5 and a 2. That's a 7. Cool. That just barely makes it. Um,
Oh, we're asking for.
Oh yeah,
um,
let me mark off my thing.
oh shit! I didn't do the whole.
Weird.
Oh,
What
this
if
roll
it
of the
were
dice. I always
worse?
forget. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So I think the I'm just going to go ahead and say so you can retroactively. I think the thing that the super bad thing that could happen is that the ghost has just given her superhuman strength, and trying to tackle her is like trying to tackle a telephone pole.
Just
And she would actually, like, her head would be facing Sally still, and her body would turn around and just bear hug you. So you can choose to not tackle her, or continue on, and we'll do something bad as well as tackling her. Or
I
have a
feel-
complication.
I feel like
Yeah.
I have to in this. I can't just be like,
Yeah.
later, Sally, good luck. You know,
Hey, Sal.
good luck with this possessed lady. I'm out.
I think you do manage to get your arms around her, and she is she's already like a stocky woman, but you're able to sort of like wrestle her. You realize though, Sally is like turned to run, and you hear like there's a little rip, but she has Sally's the back of Sally's dress in her fist, as pulling her towards her as you wrestle with her. Francis, you hear all sorts of ruckus from the kitchen. You
Okay.
hear Gareth yell, "Sally, run!" And then a bunch of stuff happening.
Probably nothing.
What would you like to do? Probably nothing. Yeah, probably
Oh,
nothing.
God.
It's probably nothing to worry about.
They can handle
Um,
this.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna.
He's just telling Sally to exercise.
Oh, okay.
Exercise.
Go for a run. It's good for your heart.
Can I? Ooh. May I walk back in and use Giveth? I know Irma is
Ooh.
possessed, but if she is a member of my cult,
Ooh.
Oh.
So let's see, how does this work?
Oh,
Anytime you
no.
can declare that a side character is secretly one of your worshippers, describe how they subtly or not so subtly debases themselves before you, then scar your reflection. Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason you can't do that. Go ahead and scar your reflection.
probably a terrible idea, but
No,
You know,
I feel like
Scar 'em while
we're
you got 'em.
all generally so conservative about using our shit.
yeah. And for dramatic purposes, I'm going to say that I gently roll the tin of fancy mustache wax across the floor and it clunks at her feet.
So yeah, Irma is like you can see behind her eyes, Irma is there and like recognizes you and is pleading with you. But the ghost still has
Yeah.
control of her body, but she is like extra double fighting it now. So she's got Sally in one hand. Gareth has got his arms around her. She's got a rolling pin that she's kind of ineffectively waving around.
Flailing around. Okay.
It's a big scene. Someone's probably going to come down to see what's going on soon. What would you like to do?
More people. Sure. I want to try. Yeah, this is probably a bad idea. I'm trying to figure out some way to use my presence, but I don't know if there's any way to charm this, creature from this ghost, basically. Let's see. Could I leverage my presence? Yeah, this is probably dumb. I'm trying to figure out how I can kind of insult the ghost to either get it to get distracted or to give up a piece of information to us.
Ooh. So you'd like to do the information move,
maybe that's what that is. Yeah,
because you don't really know enough about the ghost yet to really affect it too much.
Yeah,
but if you can like draw something out of it.
But I think Francis is like, oh dear, Gareth, now we're dealing with a ghost that's just a nobody. Is just probably some poor, maybe even a pet buried in the fields outside the mansion. That we should be this is an indignity that we should even deal with such awful. Is my information move.
Yeah, they try to taunt it into giving something up. I'll take that.
It's yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think this is going to be with sensitivity.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I think since Irma is one of your thralls, you'll get advantage because she's also like fighting from the inside.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. So I'll roll 3d6.
Yeah. And your sensitivity. Oh, your sensitivity is 0. Cool.
Yep.
Always taunt the enemy.
Taunt the ghost. I'm rolling 3d6. 6, 4, 4.
So that is a 10. All right. That was a good time. So you will find a clue.
Taunt.
Let's see. What's a good clue?
What's a good clue?
Ooh, yeah. As you're doing, like you can tell her struggle against the ghost is starting to work a little bit. She hasn't like fully shaken the possession completely, but she feels less threatening, and you can see a little bit of life back in her eyes. And that one's good too. Oh yeah. And you see her face like go back to normal for a moment. And she said, "Mr. Quinn, help!" And it comes back, and when it comes back, you hear someone falling down the stairs into the basement from the kitchen.
Oh no. Okay.
And she's like struggling less, but she is still in it.
Yeah.
Paloma, you are in a grave, listening to your companion getting torn apart by police dogs. What's your move?
It's not going well. So I'm in a grave,
In a mass grave.
in a mass grave in the Potter's Field. I was out here looking for Jenny.
Yes.
Jenny's
Jenny.
eyeballs with Dirty William, the late Dirty William. And then the police came and they had dogs. I hid by jumping into the pit and he kept going, which sounds like we can just say that it's his fault that he died. No.
How long are you
sorry.
going to? Can you describe what it's like being in that grave with the bodies snuggled up?
Yeah, I guess like I'm just like, so the police are still around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm here with the bodies and I'm ghoulish, so I think what Paloma is trying to do is just trying to be as like dead like as possible. And you said that they were kind of like grabbing me.
Not like grabbing, but like you're definitely like in with them. Like it's very cozy for you in there.
I'm not really sure what predicament you have set up for me. This sounds like ideal. I just take a nap. No, I'm
you can
kidding.
definitely. I mean, you can definitely wait there for the commotion to die down.
Yeah, I think. I think Paloma. Yeah, I think she wants to wait for the commotion to die down.
Yeah,
and it's just like playing. It's just gonna possum through and play dead.
Yeah, and the police the police would pass you, so they are assuming that you are no longer in the graveyard, and eventually they, you hear them shouting. It's
my only worry is that
that
Dirty William is not dead and they will ask him questions.
Ooh. Well, you don't hear any more noise over there, and you hear some like other shouting from the police. After a while, it's quiet, and you
I don't really have much going for me.
A good while before the night is still again, and you feel like it's safe to come out.
Okay. So it's still, and I come out. Well, I guess while I'm down here, I should look like I'm here. Yeah. So I'm opening all their eyes. Yeah. Do I know like the color her eyes are maybe? And I'm like, like opening corpse eyes and looking for, I don't know. I just feel like that's what Paloma would probably do, is to start being a scientist.
I like that. I think that's do you think that's a reason or a composure? I feel like it's composure because you're.
Yeah, I feel like it's yeah.
Yeah. So it's an information move with reason, or a composure, which is +1. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 dice +1. Check. Optometry visit.
Necro-optometrist.
Necro-optometrist. I can't spell this word. Anyway. Opto. Let's just roll. All right, I rolled a 5 and a 4.
+1 is a 10. Great. Another clue.
What am I gonna find in these eyeballs?
See. What's a good one for a grave? A lot of these are very house specific. Oh yeah. I think as you're digging around, this is a grave for people who are not taken care of after they've died. And so when there are eyelids to pry open, you as often find just maggots behind them as eyeballs. They're soft tissue and they're the first to go. So you have a bad time with that. But as you're rummaging through, You do find one that has still has some like ratty clothes that haven't completely rotted away, and in their inside breast pocket, you feel a stack of paper, and when you look at it, they're envelopes. They are letters, and they seem quite old.
All right. Oh, I shouldn't take someone else's mail, so I should leave
That's
that.
a federal offense.
Yeah, that's a federal crime. I
As you
take the
rifle,
eyeballs.
yeah, rifle through them, you can tell that they're love letters, and they were written hundreds of years ago.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Was the person
what-
falling down the stairs a clue or?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, or a danger.
What is it about that person that you have the letters from that makes you think that it might be Ginny?
Sorry, one more time.
What is it about the person, the body that you took the letters off of that makes you think it might be Ginny?
I think the face is still frozen in fright.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that's like, yeah, it's got like picture frozen in fright.
Even though the face is a few weeks in the ground, you can tell enough that it's probably her, but can't be 100% sure.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do the last what do you call it? Unseen.
Oh, right.
Who would like to do Act 3?
Oh, is
Roll
it back to
for it.
me? Oh, we could roll for it, yeah. Is that the final?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll for it.
1, 2, Peter, 3, 4, me, 5, 6, Nicole.
Okay. Necro-opto.
Forgot how to spell optometrist.
It's better with the short version.
It's all we can fit on the sign. Letters
Necropto.
crossed by
See
Necropto.
here. Who finishes the unseen? I'm rolling a d6.
Unseen.
Oh, sorry. I
Peter.
thought Peter was rolling.
I have given it to myself.
Good for you. Good for
Yay.
you.
I
Good
am-
job.
So describe Act 3, in which Daniel engages in a desperate action to get what he wants. The final moment just before the curtain falls should be very bloody.
Okay.
More
Um,
ribbons.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. So, we see by the end of Act 3, Daniel is beaten and bloody. They've used makeup to make it look like he's been repeatedly injured, and he comes back to the bakery that we've seen at the very start of the play, and he sort of drags a leg across the stage, leaving a trail of blood behind him, and climbs up to, they've set up a bit, some sort of, a grinding mill in the bakery. And he's up at the top of that, where an old man who kind of glares giddily at him is holding Dahlia behind him, and they have a confrontation. They have harsh words. It's very overblown dialogue. And at the end of that, he draws a knife, strikes the old man, and this is where they've got the real blood. Blood gushes from the old man's face, and then he catches Daniel by the front of his baker's uniform, throws him down into the intake of the mill, and then the entire front row is just Gallagher
with blood,
in offal and blood.
Awesome.
The lights go
Yeah.
down and the curtain falls.
People like really love those
Nice.
front seats.
Bring it on.
The splash zone.
Oh,
cool. Let's
Harriet
go back
didn't get to
to
throw 2 seats
the.
again.
Let's go back to the kitchen
Oh god.
with Gareth. So you also hear this noise. Someone falling down the stairs from the. It sounds like someone fell down the stairs from the kitchen into the basement, but you didn't see anyone in the kitchen. And Ms. Thicket is a little bit more subdued, but is still like got a little bit of to her. You can tell the ghost has not entirely left, but she has gained a modicum of control.
Is Sally still in here?
Yeah, she's still being held by the
Oh,
back of the
and
dress.
Francis came in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Francis is here too.
Yeah, Francis was just taunting the ghost.
Taunting the ghost. Like you do. I kind of whisper to the ghost as I've gathered in like I'll be like, listen to me, I request a parley. I have an offer for you, dark entity.
Sexy time.
What is your offer?
I have recently struck up an arrangement with
Toby.
to incorporate those who wish to meet dark entities and intermingle with dark entities. I could provide you with many, many willing subjects that you don't have to fight for. You don't have to worry about fighting against or someone trying to make you forcibly leave. This could be good for us all. I have references. Ask your friends.
Irma's head turns to face you as you're making this offer, and her arm is still reached out. So like, still like, you're here, she's here, Penny or Sally is here, Gareth is talking shit over here, or Francis is talking shit over here, and Irma's head spins around, Exorcist style, to glare at you.
Francis says something snarky and dismissive about the head turn trick.
And she just like fixes you in the eye, and she's like, get out, 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 get out. And the tears start turning into blood, which also begins to freeze. The temperature has dropped even more in the room.
Release this woman, leave this woman, and you and I, we can broker a mutually beneficial deal. So just get out of her. Leave her alone. She's not part of this.
She's still, get out.
Meet me.
Get out, get out, get out, get out.
I give her Toby's address. Tomorrow night.
The
Here,
blood starts
go,
flowing.
here.
Just
even more.
Francis's business card, but with Toby's address written on it.
It's
was
not
Toby
just
again?
like, it's not just coming from the tear ducts. It's like her whole like underlid is just kind of like, it's like a faucet flowing blood down her face now, and you can see her face turning white.
Oh, thank you.
Can I tell? Is like, who is it? Is it? Do I know if it's?
Oh, and Sally is screaming her head off while this is happening. Sorry,
do I
go
know
ahead.
if it's Irma or the ghost saying "get out"? Or can I tell?
You can't tell, but it's probably the ghost. And the whispering becomes louder and louder until it's a normal voice, and then the voice becomes so loud it feels like it's coming from every surface in the room. And Sally rips free, the back of her dress rips. She goes flying out the door, and slams into Roger. who was coming down to see what was going on. And yeah, you can hear them sort of like tumble in the hallway as the kitchen door closes. They just dash past Francis.
Somebody check the basement.
Paloma, you're alone in a graveyard at night. You can tell it's close to dawn. Is there anything you'd like to do in the night?
So
in
many
the graveyard?
bodies. I would like to take their pieces. How many pieces of a body is too many pieces to put in my pockets?
I mean, you are ghoulish.
Like snacks at a buffet situation.
You will be getting.
I don't want to
body
min-max
parts
it, but like
from-
I'm literally here.
I think
Already
the
here.
like mechanically, like not any body part will do. So like
And these were all
you have to
some
kinda,
of my
like-
failures too. Yeah.
yeah. So it was like, oh, this one's no good. This one's all rotten. This one's
So mechanically, how do I acquire one? Just only through my friend?
using there's a bunch of different moves to do it. You have your
My
right
grave
now
robbers?
it's just through the grave robbers. But as you get more ones, you can go out yourself. But pretty much every one of your moves gets you body parts somehow.
Oh, even the ones where I heal people. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. Okay, so I am tempted, but I'm not able to find anything that works. I do a little rifling through, and I like, the quality these days. Preservation techniques will catch up with our times one day. And I'm guessing I know that Francis and Gareth are either at Hargrave House or at
St.
wherever
James.
the place is. St.
Yeah,
James.
they
Yeah.
they
So I'm,
probably
I wonder if I start heading towards St. James just to be back up. Somebody's got to check the basement.
This is the last bit of the unseen, or the last bit of the night. So
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess I
popping back to
head back.
dawn.
I guess I realize I can't catch up with them, and I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and start getting breakfast. I'll set the table. They don't really let me cook breakfast anymore after last time.
I think as you're walking away, you see a couple of lamps from the police coming back from the other side of the graveyard. They're like, didn't find anything there. There was two of them. We're gonna search.
Oh, should
So
I do
you-
something about my friend's body?
I mean, you can if you want to go over and check them out.
I not to steal his body parts, but to
A
make
little
like
piece of him will live on.
I think I like want to make sure if he is savable, I would like to help him, but I also would like the security of knowing he's dead.
I think you when you go over to that edge where he fell, there's you can tell a great scuffle occurred. There are spatters of blood everywhere, and some torn clothes and some hair. It looks like a small chunk of meat with fur on it, almost as if someone had bitten one of the dogs and torn part of it off. Is still on the ground.
Sounds like
and
you're
then
insinuating that's exactly what happened.
you see there's like marks as if something or someone was dragged away. You
Great.
can't tell if it was alive or dead when it was dragged away, but looks like Dirty William didn't go without a fight.
So I like close his eyes and sing him. I have this like little lullaby that I sing the child.
Oh, he's not there anymore. He's
not there.
Yeah, looks like he was
He got
dragged
dragged
away. Whether he was alive or dead, you're not sure.
Okay.
Francis.
Yeah.
Sally just pushed her way past you. You hear a tumble in the hallway. Irma's eyes are gushing blood. Someone just fell down the basement, maybe. And this is the last thing that happens before dawn breaks. What would you like to do?
Would people be okay if I checked out what was going on downstairs?
Somebody should.
Okay.
We're all trying to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go downstairs and see who fell.
Yeah. You go downstairs, and as you walk downstairs, you can hear Irma's voice from the get out, get out, get out goes away, and it's just her crying, and you can tell it's her. She's come back. But you go down and look around, and the basement is empty. The board, the door that was Ginny's room is boarded up. So it looks like it sounded like someone fell down the stairs, but there is no one down there. And that is the clue.
Mystery stairs.
The sound of someone falling down the stairs. There's no one there when you investigate. Write that down.
Oh, maybe they're hiding. Let's look around.
I wonder if we should try and grab the old bones move pretty soon.
Yeah. So it is dawn. Let me put us at dawn on the sheet.
Delta Dawn.
Dawn. Okay.
Dawn.
In order, collect rewards if a threat was resolved. It was not. Answer dawn questions. What are dawn questions?
I have them on my sheet right here.
Let's find out.
It's
Oh yeah, I forgot about these.
Oh, the
I got-
dawn questions. Yeah.
yeah, I did 3 of them.
So let's do left or right. I think so. Loma, which ones did you have checked?
Oh shit.
None, but
I
I
had-
definitely remember you doing an echo.
I
in the
had
night.
Oh,
did you show physical affection towards the child while no one's looking, and your pile of guts and love every moment of
You
it.
sure did.
Yeah.
I think you did experience an echo in the night. At
Yeah,
some
I remember
point,
you
right,
doing
with
an
the-
echo in the night at some point.
I think everyone got one of those.
I didn't show physical affection towards the child while someone else was looking because I don't have the child yet.
Ah, yes. Cool. So that's 2 XP for you.
Child.
Mark them down on your XP track down here.
Oh,
and
thank
then
you for
clear your
highlighting it.
boxes.
That was very Oh.
Clear your boxes. If you want to pick 2 different questions, now is a great time to do that.
Okay, and I guess I had the rolling pin fight as well. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Did you express a clear preference for the beautiful over the mundane?
Oh yeah, that was the pewter
Oh,
collection of figurines.
Yes. Cool. So that's 2 XP for you.
Did not get to appear in
Ooh.
London Society with risque or avant-garde fashion.
If you'd like to pick new questions, now's a good time to do that. Gareth, you made love to a human, you counseled someone, and 3 XP. Sweet. Nice.
Gareth.
Yeah.
Working it.
Work it.
Cool. And again, if you want to change your questions, go for it.
These questions are great. The ones I'm going to do this time are, did I dismiss a supernatural explanation despite everything I've
Oh, I love it.
experienced? And did I secretly engage in romantic or emotional behavior despite my exterior?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. I'm
It'll be
choosing,
fun.
did you let someone not touch you and then make them pay a price for doing so?
Mm,
And did you secretly show a vulnerable side to someone?
Aw,
nice.
I'm going for did you make love to a dark entity because it felt good? And did you perform a ritual?
Yes.
Could happen
That's
at
our
the same
Gareth.
That's our Gareth.
porque no los dos?
time.
I had sex with a human.
Um,
Now it's time for sex with a dark entity.
Yeah.
Threesome.
60 witch, as promised. So, mother, it looks like you have
That's
something
me.
going on here.
What do I have
Um,
going on?
You have you picked the grave robbers will dig up corpses that night during the dawn phase, acquire a body part for the child. So when so you've gone back to Hargrave House, and as dawn breaks, you arrive at the front steps, and Harley is there with a sack. What body part is in the sack?
blood can be won. It's a sex, so
It's a taint.
Sex organs?
I wonder if he found a torso, or he found a torso for me.
Yeah. When
Seems
you
like a
open
good
the
starting
sack,
point.
how big is it? What does it look like?
It's it's a little torso.
Hmm.
For a child. A little bit sickly looking, and the crease is broken, so the ribs are broken, so I'm gonna have to patch that up. Do you need more descriptions?
It's some Victorian duct tape.
Yeah.
Cool. He
Oh
hands
wait,
it over
sorry.
to-
I'm supposed to, when I acquire a body part for the child, check it off and narrate a brief, pleasant memory of the person you lost that
yeah.
is triggered by holding the part in your hands.
Oh,
Okay.
That
when you
sounds way
feel
better
this
than describing the body part.
the child's torso with broken ribs. What is that?
Okay, so
how's a
Paloma,
brief, pleasant memory.
pleasant memory. Yeah, so which is a nice balance for Paloma. Yeah, Paloma,
Yeah.
like he pulls it out and Paloma kind of hugs it and like closes her eyes and remembers. And there's a memory of the first time her her young daughter was leaving for school, the first time ever leaving the house. And her daughter and she would have these little games they would play of even when they leave, even just like going out, you know, have a child like wants to explore, but also wants to make sure that your mother is there. So the child would ask questions and like, oh, will you watch me all the way? Will you watch as I walk away all the way to the end of the street? And Paloma will always answer, but also in kind of a poetic form, like, I will watch you to the end of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but I will watch you to the end of the corner. And so they would just like have this like one-up game until you and the child, and usually this was the first time the child kind of grew tired of the game. It was like, Ma, I have to go. And Paloma was ready for a few more rounds and starting to realize that her child is starting to wander farther and farther from her, and farther and farther away from her protective eye. And she watches as she lets go of the child. Paloma lets go of the torso and drops it. And Paloma's gaze just follows the child all the way to the end of the street.
Cool. I think that's a great place to take a break. Want to do like 5-ish, and then we'll come back and do dawn
All right.
or the day.
Yeah. Day moves.
Day moves. You have a little mouse friend
Oh,
who's been very naughty.
oh no.
He's rustling around in the craft
a bad
closet
boy.
right behind me now. Yeah,
He's
his
saying
name-
things
oh,
about politics that I can't really call him
That's
out
just
on,
not
but
okay.
you just get a feeling about it.
You ate my oatmeal.
He has
Pooped on
expensive
it.
taste in flour.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, here's the regular flour,
too.
but I'm gonna eat the almond flour instead.
Sorry.
I've tried every non-lethal option, so I
Yeah.
think it's time for a sticky trap.
Mark set out. My favorite was the duct tape
The
star.
homemade
he
sticky
made.
trap. Yeah.
Made a star of duct tape to try to get him, and he had like a picture of Poe just like standing in the middle of it.
Eating nuts, eating seeds. Just
I
walk
told you
away.
about the mice we had coming in through the corner of the garage, right?
Mm-mm.
There's a garage door, and then right in the corner was the spot where the mice were coming in.
Mm.
I discovered this by following Freya Cat out to the garage where she sat and stared at that corner, pounced. She had a mouse in her mouth, turned around, trotted out of the garage, trotted up the stairs, trotted into my office, and dropped the mouse there where it ran off. She resumed having it there.
This is how you do it.
She doesn't want me to starve. I mean,
Aw, I'm gonna teach you how to hunt.
mm,
Here you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I lived with when I lived with Lacey, and then she moved away, and I took care of her cats for a little while after that. They would one of them would bring in live birds.
mhm.
I came home one day to a pigeon face down. So we had our curtains knotted, and it was face down in a knot. It was alive. And so I had to like pull out this pigeon and release it outside. One time we had a tiny baby owl.
Oh no.
Oh,
They were all fine. The cat was just like, I'm worried about you. I haven't seen you eat.
While we were on break, I bought the Mysterious Reeds expansion for my Abbey Road strings.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
That was what? I had an exciting break.
Mysterious reads.
I've been playing through the beginner lessons of Centaurial still, and it's now at a point where one of the exercises it does is it's like, here are 3 knobs on a synth. We are playing this noise for you, replicate this noise. And I'm now at the point where I think there are like 4 things, and it's just like
Mm.
confused Peter face equations. floating everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
got through
tutorial
the
gets
free part
really-
of that. Yeah.
It hockey sticks in difficulty.
yeah, I guess those stairs get too tall for me to step on.
I had been playing with doing that in Ableton already. So I was like, oh yeah, it's square wave, sawtooth. Yeah, I can do that. And then put yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, the free part's over. Okay. Oh well.
Bye.
I watched a few tutorials through the Slate Academy because I'm a member there of Slate stuff. And it helped a lot, but like I'm still pretty much I almost exclusively use nothing but presets
Oh yeah,
in everything I do. So it's
That's
just,
what Lindsay immediately said to this. Is like, yeah.
I never
you use
make my own.
presets.
but it still was really happy though. Really happy. That's not right. Handy. That's what I meant to say. Because there have been times like in a band where I was like trying to match a sound for a song, and so I
Yeah.
find a preset that's like close.
Yeah,
But then I
yeah.
kind of know, oh, you know what? If I take that and I can tweak these to make
It's
it.
too.
you know.
It needs to be more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cut off
Yeah.
knob.
And if you
Much.
know how to do that,
Yeah. Apparently, Lindsay pointed out that a lot of the synth discourse is a bunch of dudes going like, "Yeah, presets are dumb. If you don't make this from scratch, you're not really doing it."
Like
I'm
programmers.
like, a lot of people put a lot of work into making presets.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
gonna
their
let their
job.
work for me.
That's like when I teach coding, especially to biologists who often don't have a computer science background. They all think they need to build stuff from scratch. I'm like, no,
No one
somebody
does
who
that.
knew what they were doing made this program. Import library. There you go. We got it.
I have no shame when I'm
Oh,
mixing
yeah.
music, but very rare, like especially in
knew
the
what they were
mastering
doing.
phase. I don't hardly do anything in mastering.
Oh,
I
yeah.
throw isotope ozone on the master bus, and I go in and just pick like rock master done.
Yeah. And there's something
Freeze
that
you
kind
up.
of drains the fun out of like exploring how to build sounds in a synth when somebody has made it like broy and competitive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but no, I just want to do this because I like it's neat.
This is just fun though.
It's good to have the knowledge so that like if you pick a preset, you're like,
Yeah,
oh, it's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
good, but it's
I
kind
just
of
need to
not
tweak the envelope a little
doesn't
bit this
have the
way.
bass I want or whatever. You know what to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
But still, if I can click a button and it goes, sounds good to me, done.
yeah.
I'm happy.
I went through some fun tutorials where it's like, I'm gonna make this sound with like a stapler or whatever. Great, now I'm gonna take it and like like turn it to an 808, just like make it okay, that's pretty fun.
I'm still looking for like a really good master class somewhere on compression because like I understand compression,
Mm.
but I do not know how to like. I'll sit there and mess with it, and I think I have a pretty good musical ear. I mean, I know I do in certain respects, but compression, I just cannot hear it. I can't like. I'll be watching tours like, yeah, notice here if it's got like a fast attack on the compressor, how it does this to the transient. If it's got slow attack and release, it does this. And I'm like, I hear no difference.
Oh no.
So I don't know. That's my weak spot when it comes to.
Mm.
That's another place where presets are good because I was throwing a
Yeah.
preset. I'm like,
Done.
It sounds good, and I don't hear it
Yeah.
doing anything I don't like. So don't. Because I don't know if I want a hard knee or a soft knee or a fast attack or slow release or dang.
Fast knee, fast knee.
Fast knee, fast knee. Hey, it's daytime, and you have a new threat here.
No, Gareth retires.
Snooze.
This
Snooze
is
the threat.
This is the creature of the Cremorne Gardens, the ever reliable rag,
Aw.
the illustrated police news.
So it can't be
as-
that killed. It's an animal.
Maybe. The ever reliable rag, the
But we can tame
illustrated
it.
police news, has
And-
lately been carrying stories about the so-called creature of Cremorne Gardens, sometimes called the creature of Chelsea Harbor, and more rarely, the creature of Chain Walk. The creature, described as a fish-like thing or a fish man, has been terrorizing pleasure seekers from the shadows, giving a fright when glimpsed, skulking about, but rarely making direct contact. Men and
Looks like
women
he's
alike
minding
have
his own
been-
business.
men
That's
and
like
women
their
alike
problem.
have been lured to the end of a nearby pier by a strange song while promenading, though
While
with no
promenading.
memory of
So
how
he
they
likes
got there
music.
once the song's spell ended. All of this could be easily chalked up to hysteria, or perhaps some elaborate hoax by someone who resents Cremorne Gardens,
Or
if
a
not
really
for
good
a
fishman musician.
physical attack upon a young couple, Simon Piedmont and Belula Thrum.
They probably had it
Mr.
coming.
Piedmont and Ms. Thrum described how the creature leapt at them from a crouched position like a cat and tore
Sounds
at
like they
Miss
got caught
Thrum's coat.
making out and
Scotland
they're
Yard.
trying to make up stories.
Scotland
About
Yard
this
is
innocent
investigating.
creature.
Yeah, well, what they didn't say is that they'd been heckling the fishman's music like
Yeah.
assholes.
And probably not tipping. Or
Ooh.
leaving
All,
it.
all I'm hearing here is new Hargrave House member. That's what I'm hearing.
Yay! He's our friend.
This one has
So is the ghost,
three
eventually.
questions.
Okay.
But the first one is a gateway question.
Oh,
we'll
no.
Answer, and then depending on how you answer it, the other two will
We're gonna
open
end
up.
up doing heroin.
Is the creature real or is it a hoax?
Oh,
Complexity 4.
Oh my.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a question. I thought we were about to answer it now. I was like, real,
Oh,
real,
and then
real,
depending on how
real
you
and
open-
fabulous.
and awesome.
depending on how you unlock it, whether you
And,
decide it's a hoax or not.
I
Oh,
think this
please
is
be
fairly
real.
obvious, but just for clarity's sake, clues are threat specific, right?
Yes.
So like we can't use the 4 clues we gathered at St. James to
No.
answer
Oh,
that
yeah.
creature.
Oh man, I'd really
off
like to
this
get
loan.
get like a couple more St. James clues and try and get that old bones move.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, let's we have the P1. We gotta get this one off the stack before we even think about Fishman. And then we get a treat.
Dive right into the how can we get the ghost, whichever one you like.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but you have a pretty
we,
good shot at. You got a +1 on the old bones, so
we
if you
do
wanna
have a
put that
+1
first.
as it is. Oh,
But why do we have a +1 on old
because we have
bones?
5 clues.
Oh,
And it's a
okay.
4 complexity.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
I
Oh,
had
and if we
really
wanted to
looked at
use
this.
if we wanted to use
Yeah.
all 5, then we would get.
Yeah, I
plus-
was about to ask, and to remind me, because you said we actually spend clues, right?
Yeah, so you spend clues if they're used.
If you
If
succeed.
you succeed. If you get the wrong thing, then you can use them again.
But you do have to
Oh, okay.
decide. So like,
You have to
so
allocate
we'd have to
clues
decide
the
that we
thing
wanted to
first.
spend all 5 to get a plus
Yeah.
1 on that, or we could say we spend 4 to roll even, and we have 1 extra clue we
Yeah.
could apply towards the future questions or whatever.
Hmm.
Currency, the clue currency.
Yeah.
Is there a clue stock market we can invest in?
Can I
Crypto
create a
clues.
non-fungible clue?
You chose not to play the American, so that's
Oh,
on you.
God.
Uh,
I started watching Line Goes Up. It's just
Oh.
like
Is there
Woof.
is there a clue casino where we can play some clue
a
poker
clue-cino.
and
if you will.
perhaps come back with 10 times the clues we entered with?
Gareth, why'd you take our clues to the casino
The
again?
casino.
Clue-cino.
Why did you trade our clues for a stack of magic beans?
Oh. Damn
Gareth
magic
wasted.
beans.
He spent all the clues at the clue brothel.
Oh, clue
No, he's
brothel.
got
Gets you every
chlamydia.
time.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. You've
All
been a
right, that's been
wonderful-
our show. Thanks for
I'm
watching.
out.
This looks like fun. It is.
Oh, that was that was the winner of the night right there. Night has been won.
Chlamydia.
I'm sorry, America.
Oh, shit, was that perfect. It's perfect.
So it's a new day in London.
You're a horrible goose.
You're a horrible goose.
Love that to be a threat.
The city is yours.
Mm,
Oh my god, that'd be a great thread. An angry
Not
goose.
our friend.
You can make that happen.
Oh man.
It's a
Third
ghost
thread.
goose. A
It's a
ghost.
Fucking asshole goose.
Goose.
I
It
feel
has
Part of the
stolen the
house.
broom from Hargrave House.
man,
What
I do-
part of the house is ghost supposed to be in?
I do feel like if I did a day move on, I mean, not that it's, I don't know if it's my turn or anything, but like I could use my presence to talk to the couple that met the creature
Mm.
and try and get information out of them. I guess that's an information move,
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm for it.
but like I understand that I just can't readily figure out how to use my presence to get more information out of St. James. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wonder if Paloma should maybe head there and do like reasony things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or I guess we don't have to go there. There's like all sorts of places around town.
There's places in Hargrave House, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can also do research at Hargrave House.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
I
Paloma can
was-
do some library stuff.
I was wondering if there might be like old architectural diagrams or something.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I wonder
wonder-
if Paloma could set up an experiment. Like we've
Ooh,
gotten
yeah,
some kind of
Mm.
artifact
From the house or from
from the
St.
house.
James.
Maybe some of the ice blood tears.
Do we
Or
know?
Ice
something
blood
in Paloma's
tears.
I
testing
know
them.
this is sort of metagamey, but I'm just kind of curious. Like, is there a finite amount of clues?
How
Yeah.
many can we get?
I mean,
You
What do
can
we
get
get
many
if we
is-
get all of them?
How many is the most?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, like, do we
you get a bunch of threats.
Oh,
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, like, if let's just
we
say,
win.
I was about to ask the group, like, how many clues do we want to go for before we go
All.
for the complexity 4? But I'm like, so let's say if we save up 6 clues, spend those all in the complexity 4 mystery, like, are there still enough clues that we could get enough to not take a negative on the 6 complexity?
Like
mean-
mechanically, you would, say you did 4 on the 4, and you failed. Like that just means something bad happens.
No, I know, but
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
right.
saying, say we did
But if we
6 on the
succeeded-
4 and succeeded. So now we've blown 6 clues.
Yeah.
Can we accrue another 6 clues at least for the 6 complexity mystery?
Yeah.
Or do we know that? Or is that a mystery here? We're not supposed to know if there's enough clues to complete it.
Yeah, there's enough clues. Yeah. There's almost always enough clues.
I didn't know if there was like, 10 clue. If you
Yeah,
had to,
there's
if
usually
there's
like-
like clue management system in place
No,
here we need
like
to worry
most
about.
most threats have like 20 clues. So
Okay.
there's
Okay.
plenty.
So it's not like necessarily we really got to worry about how we spend our clues per se.
No.
Unless we're stupid and we like collect 12 and blow them all on the complexity 4.
Let's do it.
You say stupid. I say
I think it's great.
We've got +8.
Yeah, I'm for Francis. If you wanted to do some talking, I'm happy to. I can hold back, but we can have that. I can put an experiment together for other
Cool.
stuff.
Yeah, so I think I assume I can somehow track down, maybe with my contacts at the newspaper.
Yeah. You can track down one or both of them.
Okay.
And I don't think it's actually said anywhere, but Cremor Gardens is like a not an amusement park, but there's like a dance hall and like a little bowling alley and a
I
little
can take my
hedge
baby to the
maze.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like interesting little places around there you can poke around.
Hooray.
It's a little fun fair in Chelsea.
Yeah, well, maybe then, let's see. Can I find somebody working at Cremor Gardens and ask if, or some group of people working there and ask if they've seen anything to do with the creature?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Where would you like to go? There's a dancing platform, there's a bowling saloon, a banquet hall, there's the promenade, there's a hedge maze, there's a walk along the river.
I think Francis is going to be drawn to the dance promenade.
Classic.
And I wish I had held on to the question of appearing in risque fashion in London society, because he is wearing his dance outfit. Oh God, what is that going to be? I think it's going to be, oh yeah. It kind of, yeah, I feel like in lieu of his usual purple jacket, it's just some ridiculous smoking jacket and a crown.
Awesome. Yeah, it's easy to find. It's a public place, and it's more of a platform. It's like a big this is described as a large pagoda, kind of near the water in like a park-y kind of area. So it's a large outdoor dancing space, kind of like covered. I think there's a word missing here, or an extra letter. A sense of wild abandon, of an unshackling of the social constraints of the day hangs in the air here. What do you see or otherwise perceive that indicates this?
I hope I don't seem like a jerk for saying this, but I think the thing that indicates that it has that vibe is that everyone there already knows Francis. This is his place.
Yeah, you're familiar with this place.
Yeah. This is exactly why Francis is there regularly.
People like clear out of a booth in the corner because they know that's like where you like to hold court.
He's the norm of the Cremor Gardens dance pavilion.
And I think as you approach the proprietor of Cremor Gardens, like he's talking with a couple who are, then there are people dancing during the day, and there's a little band, little 4-piece strings and horns, and they're playing something not necessarily proper, but something a little bit avant-garde,
like
even.
the jazz.
Like the jazz.
No, wait, that's the wrong.
Like really proto jazz, right?
Yeah,
they
with trombones.
The proprietor of Cremor Gardens, actually, they're talking to a couple of people, and almost as if he senses you, turns around. His name is Thomas Simpson. He's got a little, it's described as a pert mustache, and kind of thinning hair, but he is also dressed extravagantly in like a sort of a gold, not like a shiny gold, but like a goldenrod colored, like a tuxedo top with tails that go, and striped pants. And you know him from
Dandy
being
season.
here for a while, and yeah, he he's a little bit nervous and excitable. But
That's
when
exactly
he sees
what's
you,
charming about him.
yeah, when he sees you, he like excuses himself and like doesn't dash across the lawn before you can get there, but briskly strides towards you and opens his arms and says, "Francis."
Oh, and I think Francis approaches the same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to
Just
come back.
Skipping across.
And then a
Whatever brings you here in the
prim
middle
sort
of
of
the day.
side cheek kiss.
Yeah.
Thing, like European thing.
I usually don't see you until well after midnight.
I know.
What is the special occasion?
I get to be
Is
here.
it your birthday? Have I forgotten?
Oh no. Although that is coming up, and I don't think you've picked me a present yet.
It's a secret.
I am here on business. He very officially hands over one of the business cards. As we at Hargrave House have heard of the excitement with the creature.
And he just like, oh yes. I'm sure it's, you know how excitable people are. Anyway, have you seen the new band yet? I don't believe.
Francis looking very, very excitable. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me introduce you to the band members as soon as the song finishes, and he like takes you by the arm and drags you over.
Absolutely. So
Gareth, what are you doing now?
Yes.
What is Gareth doing today?
What are you doing, Garrett?
Gareth feels like Gareth can't do anything right.
Oh, he's got a sexy witch hangover.
Well, actually, I mean, how did that whole evening resolve? We had a ghost in a headlock, and then like we were just like, yeah, right. We all just left or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
I think she came back to herself while Francis was in the basement,
Right.
and she's just like, y'all gotta go.
What are we feeling as far as a group? Like, when do we want to go for that old bones move? When we got like 6 clues, we have a +2.
Oh, that's a good question.
I think that feels good to me.
Yeah,
So we
because
still need.
we'd have a pretty good shot at 10+. We'd have a really nice shot at 7+.
One more clue.
We would just have to get 2,
there's
3,
also-
or 4.
There's also the vulnerable move. When you have an intimate moment with another hunter while one of you is engaged in your vice, you may clear an appropriate condition.
I
If it's your
forgot.
vice, you can also stumble upon a clue or invite the other hunter to ask you about your past.
Oh, cool.
So if
I
anyone
like
would
being
to
a
do one of
voyeur.
those things.
And Gareth likes sex.
Well, I think actually, if I remember correctly, we had to pick a specific vice, right? So yeah, my vice is absinthe.
Oh, absinthe. Okay, good. Then I don't have. I can
Oh,
watch you
well
drink
done.
absinthe.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. It's always
Well,
fun.
only one of you has to be involved.
No.
Yeah, it's
No,
true.
we don't have to be both doing it. I can do his.
Gareth
I'll
is
drink
coming
absinthe,
along.
and Gareth is watching.
Gareth is coming along on a voyeur mission or something.
Oh yeah, maybe I'm gonna try to cheer Gareth up by taking him to the penny video.
I do feel like it's a good move because I do feel like Gareth sort of feels like nothing has been going his way.
Aw.
Just
And so I feel like
theoretically.
maybe if Paloma is coming to like see,
Oh,
if he wants to go out and he's already half a bottle into some absinthe and it's like
oh,
10 a.m.
Gareth.
Mm.
Gareth, I know just the thing. I know things haven't been going well for you lately, but I'm going somewhere where I'll show you, we're gonna see some stories, and my favorite part is that you can fill in your own parts, whatever you like.
But I see lots of stories with the absinthe. That's what's great. Have Have you tried the absinthe? It makes stories all around you. You can look and see stories on there, and stories over there, and stories in here. There's stories everywhere in the Green Fairy.
I guess, I don't know. We don't really have plans today, so sure. Just both of us sozzled
Here, have some
early
absinthe.
morning. All right. That's really that's some stuff.
What do we do, Paloma? What do we do? Nothing's gone right. I feel like we're not doing the world any good. All we're doing is hurting people and making things worse.
I know. I trying to put things back together. Not trying to make things fall apart.
Sort of gives you paralysis after a while. You're afraid to act when every action you take just seems to harm people and make nothing better. I mean, Francis has done all right.
Yeah. Our Francis can really do no wrong.
It's true. He's got the whole world served up to him on a silver platter.
Although
The
sometimes
footage
I
of
wonder.
them hanging out with the band.
Yeah, just he's conducting the band.
Cut to Francis just partying with friends in the park who all love him.
I mean, I'm sure Francis also has. I'm sure it's not all cake and caviar, but he does seem to enjoy himself.
We have a reputation, Paloma, at Hargrave House, and I feel I don't want to be the group that tarnishes our reputation, but we've done nothing. We've solved nothing. I don't even know what to go next, what to do next. What's our next move, Paloma? What? Here, have another drink. That's our next move.
Yeah, that's our next move. Well, I'm going to show you one of my favorites is going to be my next move. These are on me. And Plum is just like putting dimes in, keeping your curtain up. You got my favorite. That's Ginger. She's great. She's a little fireball.
Perhaps this is what we need. We needed a day of gluttony to cleanse the palate, to clear the mind. The absinthe ultimately clarifies, initially unclarifies, cloudifies, but then it clears. I'm not to that part yet, though.
Yeah, it takes a lot of trust to go through a fog like that. How do we know it's not just all gonna just?
I don't know.
Forever.
You know what? Sometimes those outside you have the best perspective. What do you think I should do? Whatever you say, you tell me what to do today, that's what I will do. Anything. Ridiculous as it may seem, your instincts may not be as clouded as mine.
All right. Well, I mean, it's like you were trying to teach me the other week. I got to get more in touch with my intuition. You say I remember you saying, Paloma, you're just from here out, and I need you to be an entire being. You gotta trust your gut. And
I'm wise.
listen to my gut now. My gut says now we should go. We should definitely get some. We should go hit some stuff.
Go and hit some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. Is that literal or is that metaphorical?
Yeah, I think it's
I mean, I'm hitting some stuff right here.
I guess what I mean is there's a junkyard not far from here where sometimes you can find some little bobbits and bibbits and there's stuff there that anytime I get really angry, no one minds if you smash anything there.
Ooh. Well, that does sound cathartic.
Get some feelings out.
Then let us follow your instincts. We will smash things in the place that you know of with
It's
smashable
that-
things.
It's the alley right here. Yeah.
Paloma, which condition do you think that's going to clear? Rude and pretentious,
Oh,
or
for me?
ghoulish?
I think it
Yeah, I
clears
don't think it's going to
pretentious.
heal. I don't think it's going to heal the wound on your face.
And
Wound?
magically the scar just goes away from your
Scar. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, I think I'm no longer pretentious because I'm like playing in trash.
Cool.
And I'm not rude because
Um,
I'm being nice.
True.
I'm just ghoulish.
Which are we going to call it Paloma's vice for this one? Even though you're
Oh yeah, which one? We were doing both.
Oh, I thought, yeah, I thought it was my. I mean, I thought I was the one engaged in my vice, but I don't know if it matters.
Well, then you get to choose: stumble on a clue, or invite the other hunter to ask you about your past.
I want to stumble upon a clue. I've done enough
Yeah.
pasting with my masks.
with all
Yeah.
of the masks.
All right. You tell me what the clue is.
So we're in this. Was it a junkyard? You said
Yeah, we're in a junkyard.
we're in the junkyard, just smashing away. It's wonderful, and it is very cathartic. And it's an old piano, and that's really fun to smash. Makes clamorous noises, and
Cut back to Francis playing a piano nicely.
Everyone by this point has like Sergeant Pepper style outfits.
and then I feel like there's like a dresser that doesn't seem all that junky. It seems a little almost too nice to be here, like, or at least it's fairly new to the junkyard. And that's strange. We're like, that'd be good to smash because it's not even. It's still like in good condition, so it'll be more
Yeah,
fun
still
to
got
smash.
smashing parts.
And in the process of smashing it, I think we find that there was a hidden compartment in the drawer. And in that drawer is a diary from Ginny Hiss. Apparently, this dresser was Ginny's, and when she died, they got rid of it because something didn't feel right about it. It reminded them of her, and they thought they needed to clean the room. This was Ginny Hiss's dresser. And now we found her diary in a compartment.
Gareth, you're a genius.
Your instincts led us here, Paloma. It's the fates. The
switched-
fates have led us here.
We switched places today. I used my instincts and you used your brains.
And my fists and
And your
hammers.
Cool. A clue.
I believe this may be what we need to at least solve a portion of this mystery. Perhaps we should wait for Francis?
This takes the investigation in a whole new direction.
Or should we go? Do we know where Francis is?
I really want to see all of us on this dance floor now.
Because I'm wondering if we would go now. We're both.
So we have to catch up with Francis.
Yeah,
at
we're
at the
drunk on
Kerborn
absinthe,
Dance Pavilion.
I feel like,
a little dirty from smashing things in the junkyard,
yeah.
and we're gonna go find Francis at his fancy
Yeah. Let's
park.
go. Let's go have a good time. We could be like Francis. We could be likable.
Yes, we've done productive things today.
We know how to talk to people.
But I still have the condition of mistrusted, I realize. So that's gonna
Yeah.
Ooh.
bungle things.
You old bungler.
As you, what does the junkyard look like? Like, where is it? Is it? I assume it's outside.
I was like I think it was like a little, like a few blocks away from the peep show place we were at. It's just an alley. It's not an official junkyard. It's just like where people kind of leave stuff.
Is there, Paloma, is there a like a
I'm in
small,
trouble. Paloma spit it out.
not one of the things from your personal quarters, but like a small personal effect that would like is definitely yours,
In
that
the
you- that you-
junkyard.
but that you carry with you usually.
So not one of my comfy items,
No.
but something else I carry with me. Yeah, I feel like I carry a like a surgical kit.
Cool. So as
Is that what
you're,
you're looking for?
yes, perfect.
Okay.
As you're sort of weaving your way out of the alley, someone steps into the opening of the alley and blocks your way.
It's rude.
He is dressed as a policeman.
That could mean anything.
And
Costume. He rips
you
his
can-
pants.
It's you're kind of on the absinthe still, and the light of the still morning is kind of behind him, so he's a little bit silhouetted. And you just hear him bellow, "Dr. Safby, is that you?
Mm,
Dr.
Is it-
Safby of Hargrave House?"
Is it you?
is it me?
And he starts
Who
walking
can even
towards
say
you.
who they are anymore?
Oh god.
And he's a tall Scottish man, although it was not a Scottish accent. I just decided he was Scottish just now.
He was adopted.
He's like just a bit over 6 feet, broad. He has
Mm.
and he has a badge that indicates some kind of rank, and he kind of like looks both of you up and down and says, "It's a bit early for drinking, isn't it?"
Or really late.
"Oh, you've been up all night."
She never said that. It's all a matter of perspective, really. Sometimes it's a late start if you meant to get started earlier, but you didn't get started on time, and therefore you got started later.
Mhm.
You're the funny one, aren't you?
No, it's wisdom, my
Mm.
friend. Wisdom of the ages, not humor.
No,
Though
not humor.
sometimes they can be
Funny,
mistaken.
like weird.
Humors. Sanguine.
But I
diplomatic.
suppose that's all a matter of perspective as well.
Dr. Safby, I'm sorry I haven't introduced myself. I'm Inspector
I know that name.
Patterson.
I know
Inspector
that name.
Patterson. What name?
Safby.
You're Safby.
That's what was, I had a wife named Dr. Safby. She's dead. What do you want?
Way to bring it up, Inspector Patterson.
How dare you.
I was just
What do you want,
looking for you,
Patterson?
and they told me I'd find you near the Penny Arcade.
What are you inspecting?
I
How
just
do you
wanted to
know
re-
where the mini arcade was?
I just wanted to return something to you. And he reaches into his big coat and pulls out your little leather medical kit, and it's got a PS monogrammed on it.
That looks like your medical kit, Paloma.
Looks just
Safby.
like mine. Did you get a copy of mine made so we can be twins?
Are you a thief at night
Did
and a
we just
become
become
during the
best
day?
friends?
No, we're best friends.
No, but I do.
We're gonna be the
find
most
that some
difficult
people- find that people that do thieving at night tend to leave things behind. Dr. Safi, can you account for your whereabouts last night?
Can you, Dr.
I was
Safby?
with my friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's your friend's name?
I have a lot of friends.
Is it Dr. Safby as well? That'd be weird.
It'd be weird because she's dead. Well, there's Gerald and Joy Cakes. I never caught
one of the other
Cakes.
one's names, but I call him
You have a friend named Joy
Brownie?
Cakes?
Joy Cakes. I don't. It's hard to read sometimes.
Charlie, Gerald.
I was talking about the corpses.
Oh, no.
Just named them.
Never introduced me to Joy Cakes.
You don't want to be Joy Cakes. This is a real asshole.
Fair enough.
What
Any
are
of
you
your
trying to get
friends-
at, Patterson? What are you trying to get at? What are you trying
Any
to
of your
get
friends
at?
named William by any chance?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's William got up
On
to?
walking out of your friends.
About what?
Have a habit of walking out on your friends.
Well, wasn't so much walking
Hmm.
as lying down.
Do you question Paloma's friendship integrity? She's the utmost bestest of friends.
Oh, are you her friend?
I am her friend, sir.
Then you'd best be watching she doesn't leave you torn apart by dogs in the middle of the night,
She'd
saving
never
her
do
own
that.
skin. Oh, she wouldn't. Wouldn't you, Dr. Safdie?
It was a misunderstanding. Patterson, is this about that? I thought I was in trouble. It wasn't. I thought that we were on the same page and we were going to do the same thing, and he just ran ahead. It's not
What were you
leaving.
fixing-
If I run away from
What were you intending
Are
to
you-
do?
Okay, and she's gonna demonstrate, and she
in the Potter's
demonstrates that
Field?
she's okay. Watch me run. I'm running away from you. Are you leaving me? I'm leaving you. What am I doing at the Potter's Field? Well,
Potting?
and Paloma's gonna lie here. Well, I didn't really want to bring this up because it's sensitive, but we were over at St. James yesterday, and the cook took me aside. What's her face? Irma.
From
Yeah, and said she wanted to make sure that her cousin. She wanted to locate her cousin.
Her cousin.
Joy Cakes.
And her cousin's dead in the field.
Yeah, she just wanted to make sure that he's accounted for.
What are you afraid will happen
I need a better lie.
if this
Let me
doesn't work?
try to figure a fucking lie. Wait. What if Irma's just making sure that the Jenny Hess got a proper burial?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me try again. So the servants were all put out that Jenny was going to end up in the Potter's Field, seeing as she's gotten her money, and we're so shaped and structured by capitalist production and unfair and equitable inability to take care of each other.
But
So
she's
they pooled their money and they were going to try to get her a plot. But they needed me to check. And my friend William said he knew. We were just gonna go check so that we could confirm.
So what are you afraid that's going to happen if this doesn't work out?
I'm afraid he's gonna. I mean, like there's the obvious, like afraid I'm gonna get in trouble for like grave robbing, but I'm afraid he's gonna make me like go show him.
Great. I think this is with presents.
God damn it! Why can't I use my fucking reason? The fuck is wrong with me? Okay.
Yeah, I think reason would be if you weren't lying.
know. Why am I lying? Yeah, I should have logicked it out. Okay, presence is a 0. Well, I guess she's drunk, so she's not really
It's
using
true.
her reason.
It's true. Makes sense.
Lying to the cops.
The coppers.
Okay. 3 and a
9.
6.
Cool. I think he waits for you to finish and then waits a little bit too long, and then pulls out a little notebook he has in his jacket. Snaps it shut and puts it back in. All right. That agrees with what poor Mr. William told us. Just be careful the company that you keep. Some people aren't fit for consorting with a person of high status like yourself, Doctor. We're gonna hang on to this just in case. We need to have some of the few of the other gentlemen down at Scotland Yard have some questions. So we'll bring it back. Don't you worry. We'll see you at Hargrave House before too long. And he tips his hat at Gareth. Good day.
Good day.
just walks away.
Spectre. I don't.
I'm a
Like,
policeman.
I don't like him. I don't feel like he's
Good day,
good
sir.
people.
You've got 6 clues now.
Yeah, let's fucking solve this.
Let's wrap up with Gareth over at the pavilion first.
Francis.
Francis over at the
Francis.
pavilion.
Francis
Yeah.
over at the pavilion.
I really want
why
to
those-
join him.
Those are the same names for some reason in my brain. Cool. So it's been a wonderful afternoon.
Woo! Back to him just having a blast.
What is your
Such a
friends?
good time.
And the afternoon is winding down. People are going to have tea. What are you doing?
I'm trying to do an information move on the proprietor of
It's kind of pressing him for.
someone. Yeah, and I guess I'm doing that with disadvantage with my condition.
So talk me through what that looks like.
Sure. Sorry, zooming in on this. Yeah, I think, what do I know about? Yeah, I think Francis handles this. What is the proprietor's name again?
It is Thomas Simpson.
Thomas Simpson. Oh yeah, and I think his approach is like, oh Simpsy, I'm sure you wouldn't have learned anything exciting about the creature of Cremorne Gardens. That's what they're calling it now, the creature. I mean,
I know. I've
you
read
tend to be
every-
out of the loop of all the interesting stuff.
Oh,
Don't worry, you don't have to.
He's
You
got a
don't have
copy
to
of the
prove
Illustrated
anything
Police
to me,
News right there. He's like,
Simpsy.
oh, I've read all the stories. I swear it's someone. It's someone's after me. Well, I shouldn't say too much for propriety, but you're never one for propriety, are you?
I think Francis just hands him another drink. We don't know where they got the drinks, but
Yeah.
they're flowing freely.
Yeah, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, 3 and
Great.
lowest 2 and add 3.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I had remembered about that condition. Let's see for info. 2, 4, 7.
7 still does it.
Yeah, just barely. I need to clear that. 'Cause I can't use presence without while being mistrusted all the time.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think he's he's kind of like recounting how there are other sort of not amusement parks, like a little pleasure parks, I guess, that are more successful and better well known than his. But you have a connection, so this is the one that you come to. And you're kind of like walking along towards the saloon as he's kind of like telling you about all the people who are like out to get him and out to run him out of business and telling dirty rumors and everything.
Oh yeah.
And as you're walking, one of the hedges, and he doesn't notice this, but there is a set of clothes sort of on the ground and hanging from the branches of this little hedge. It looks like, and they're kind of like not in a pile, but kind of shirt, pants, socks, underwear,
As if
shoe,
disposed of in
other shoe.
sequence.
Yeah, as if like someone was like hastily just tossing them off as they ran along. Which, in the evenings when you're there is not entirely unheard of, but
We call that a Simpsy stroll.
but during the day, absolutely not.
Yeah, not done.
This is not done during the day. And the clue is a set of clothes removed, usual place. So as Simpson invites you in for tea and afternoon gossip. Do you want to do a discussion of what you think the clues might be, or do you want to do something else?
What might be the relevant clues for determining where the ghost is attached?
For the old bones move, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
No, that is the same thing. Never mind.
You can do either one. The old
Sure.
bones is which part of the house is the ghost attached to, and then the one that tells you what the quieting ritual is how can we get this ghost to pass on to the next world, and that's a complexity 6.
Okay.
So this is like the other game that's that other one.
Brindlewood Bay.
Brindlewood Bay.
Thank you, Brindlewood. In that, like, we basically work these clues in and be like, oh, this is how this clue is relevant.
Oh yeah. I don't know if we're allowed to know the answer to this, but is the old bones move something that is only available for the St. James threat?
You don't know for sure, but probably.
Okay.
But oh no, actually, I don't think so. The move
Well,
does not specifically say.
I definitely feel like Jenny's diary that we found specifically mentions her repeatedly always feeling disquieted in a very specific area of the house.
The love letters are old, so maybe this is a clue to.
Oh, and I guess the move is when the hunters have an open freewheeling discussion about the answer to a question, they have gained other clues and so on and reach a consensus, then we do the roll. The hunters, not the players. So
okay.
Gareth and Paloma meeting up with Francis?
Yeah, that was a plan. We definitely wanted to meet
cool.
up with him to try to solve the part of this mystery.
Cool.
Yeah.
So before you go into problem solving, I think let's ask which one of Paloma and Gareth are more familiar with America?
Supposed America.
I don't know why, but I'm feeling like Paloma would.
I think Paloma has traveled. Yeah.
So the building you come, Francis said he was going to meet, and people.
Yeah,
pointed you
Paloma
in
was
the right
very
direction.
to America. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. And so this is an American bowling saloon. I'm thinking of it kind of like how the highball used to be. So you see Francis with a mustachioed gentleman having a lively conversation. But as you walk in, the thundering crash of bowling balls hitting their mark hits you. The pin boys dashing to and fro.
So loud.
And over in the saloon area, there's the slightly stilted sound of a barrel piano cranking out a jaunty tune. Paloma, this place embraces Americana and the idea of the Wild West, but to an American, it would all seem a little off. How do we know that?
I'm just thinking that like it doesn't like it doesn't actually have the like sparseness that an American like alley would have. Like this got like kind of everything's a little too ornate. Like there's wood paneling that's like a little bit too ornate. It's still got that like it's still got a fussiness to it that is shows that like this was like a very British building and then it's made to kind of look Disneyland American.
Nice. Cool. So you head over to the table. Thomas Simpson introduces himself and excuses himself to get some more drinks for your new friends who just showed up. Boom.
Barrel piano-ish.
I love that it looks like you're playing that tiny piano. In the background.
That's worked out very serendipitously.
All right, so now the hunter's going to have an open freewheeling discussion.
Francis!
Let us have an open and freewheeling discussion.
Francis!
There's our Francis.
We have found a clue that I think will help us unlock this mystery.
I have been learning about a merman.
A merman.
A swimmy guy.
I think
Oh
it's
yeah, we're all
all
sozzled.
poppycock.
Just
And remember, you can use the clue if you can integrate it in or dismiss it.
Paloma and I found this diary of Jenny Hess's while we were smashing things in the junkyard.
wait, why?
Literally
Never
smashing
mind.
things, not having sex.
No,
Okay.
yes, no, not
Thank
that.
you.
Smashing. We smashed
That's-
a piano.
Literally, not.
I mean, I know if everything with me could be a euphemism, but this it's all literal.
Usually is.
Quite literal.
Is the
In this-
diary a euphemism?
No, this is an actual diary. It belonged to Jenny Hess. What are the chances? And in it, she talks about having a very, very disquieting feeling down near the butcher's block in the basement. Every time she was there, it just felt wrong and cold and disquieting, and she tried to stay away, and therefore she would never help with meat preparation.
Oh, and I'll have you know, when we were having the thing with Irma, I heard someone falling down the stairs and would have landed at that very spot.
What?
Sloshes a drink in the air, finds another drink.
Well, they.
Oh,
Yeah,
hang
they're-
on, it's my turn on the lane. Is briefly sending another tiny
Another
ball.
strike.
Yeah, like tiny candle pinball down the lane.
Got more
So-
tickets.
Our strategy is that we would like to use all of these, or do we want to save some?
I think we're wanting to blow all 6, right? To have a +2.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm tempted to blow all of them.
I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
And I found on when I was looking in the Potter's Field, there were these love letters, and it's a little vague, but it refers to someone had taken their life in that house.
And if it was that old, it must have been from the oldest part of the house and none of the additions, right?
Yeah, there's mention of a cleaver.
Ah. Hmm. Oh, and now that you mention it, do you know what spot is exactly precisely above the butcher's block? Just up one floor. You end up in the front foyer,
Ooh.
where an unnatural wind still remains and is able to knock figurines from a menagerie onto the floor.
It's like an energy
Drawing it-
vortex.
Yeah, You've talked about that before, Gareth.
Did. And this all, I mean, they're definitely, as she mentioned in the love letters, combined with the diary, I mean, that clearly is evidence of a similar death to Jenny's.
They had another family
many
living
decades
there
before in the old part of
that
the
had a death. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then, well, that one might have been also from the ghost.
The wax dolly wasn't made of wasn't made of meat fat, was it?
Now that you mention it,
I
Yes, the wax dolly. Where was it?
no, but it did look like that kind of, like it was maybe made for as like a little token of appreciation or a gift out of some kind of packaging material.
Was it maybe the same vintage as the letters?
Yeah, quite old. A little gift given to someone else.
in the style of the times.
Little puppet.
Could it have been? Was it similar to that little token we saw above one of the doors in the basement?
It all fits. So obviously,
Yeah, clearly.
the ghost is bound to the butcher's block in the basement. Boo.
Because I mean, somehow he was killed. They were killed on that butcher's block with the cleaver.
Oh, scary.
Would explain why.
So it's a +2.
Yeah.
Not it.
Who would like to roll?
Oh, but you're always the one who rolls good.
Okay, we can. So it's 2D plus 2, right? Okay. Solving the ghost, question mark. All right, 2D6 plus 2. Rolling now. 7.
7.
Whew.
Whew.
Good thing you got that extra plus.
Oh my God.
um,
Some unwelcome complication as well.
yes. So the answer is correct. Someone was murdered on the butcher block with the cleaver in the basement by
Mr. Colonel Mustard.
Yeah, Colonel Mustard. So you get the old bones move.
Old
and
bones.
here it is.
Here's the complication. It sucks.
When you have the cosmic passage marked and touch, listen to, or otherwise attune to a building's architectural details, roll with sensitivity. On a hit, a ghost will appear and answer a single question you pose to it or perform a small task, your choice. Any answers it gives can be in the form of a clue at my discretion. On a 10 plus, the ghost will not ask for anything in return. And the cosmic passage is one of the masks.
Oh,
So this is a move that you can use once you increase your sensitivity.
okay. Cool.
Move this over to
Oh, got it. So we would have to mark the cosmic passage as a mask at some point.
yes.
And is that a group? Like, can any of us do that if we have the cosmic passage?
I think whoever has it can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be a move that one of us gets.
Yeah, unless more than one person marks their thing.
But that does mean that whoever does it is going to be physically destroyed with the blood-soaked portal eventually.
Probably. So I put on the threat, and you did it. Boom, boom, boom. Used. First opportunity solved. Easy.
Well, not necessarily, because maybe that's the only mask of the future you ever mark.
Yeah.
And then you're fine.
Oh, and there
'Cause the
is a new mask on the new threat.
On the new threat.
It is the Mask of Revelry.
Also, just to refresh my mind, the masks of the future can be marked in any order, right? Unlike the masks of the past.
Hmm.
Yes.
Mask.
Yeah,
of
so you don't have to-
revelry. Yeah. Work your way down that list. Hope to fail 4 rolls. Not that that's seeming difficult at this point.
Hmm.
It's kind of my thing. I just fail rolls.
Yeah, so you know for sure that's it. We're about 2.5 hours in. This feels like a good place to break. How do you
Yeah.
feel?
We just solved the mystery. Woo!
Let's solve the mystery of who got murdered, but the ghost
Yeah.
is still there.
Now we got to figure out now to
I
collect.
think we can call that.
Now to
done.
collect at least 8 more clues before we try to get rid of the
Oh
ghost.
god.
You know, you can
Well, the
depends on
nice
how much you
thing
want to
is,
risk.
yeah, like if we end up like we don't have anything to save. It looks like we don't have anything to save St. James Street ghost clues for. Whereas,
Right.
so, and also, but yeah, we can try it multiple times, and if we fail the first time, we get complications, but we don't burn
That's true.
anything.
So yeah, we need at least 6 clues before.
Yeah, to even it out.
There's an unwelcome complication that I did not give. I think that'll be the final shot. And the final shot is Miss Thistle using the turning away from the butcher block and wiping her hands. And they are covered in blood, and her apron is full of blood.
Who's Miss
Uh,
Thistle?
Irma, the cook.
Irma.
Oh, her last name's Thistle. Okay.
And she walks up the stairs, and the camera does not linger on the butcher block, but hung up on a post on the wall is a torn dress with a piece
Oh.
torn off the back.
I wonder who that
Oh
could
no,
be.
Sally.
Yeah.
That's the end of that.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right. So we don't actually have to get 6 clues to try it. We'll just be at a negative if we do, right?
Yeah, you just have to
Yeah.
get 3 at least. So you just need
Oh,
to
okay,
get
so there is a
half.
minimum of 3.
Yeah. And
we
that'll
gotta
give you
stop
a
this
minus
ghost.
3. So you'd have to roll a 10.
A 10.
Although we sure love getting clues. We
It's
like
our
extra
favorite
you-
thing.
You can keep trying and trying and trying and just have bad things happen over and over again.
Oh, man. While we're
What it's been
together,
so
I
far.
wonder, will I be able to try? Would I be able to try a vulnerable move
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get you healed up.
next week?
Do you
Yeah.
want to start off with that one?
Yeah, next time. Try
Yeah.
and burn off that mistrust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get you back in fighting order, Francis.
Yeah. Get ready to charm everyone.
What's going on, Francis? You seem not your old self.
Nobody trust me.
You didn't get a mastermind clue when asking someone what time it was. It's
Right
a
now,
surprise. Also,
people
it's
just think you're-
Doja Braithwaite.
People just
Only
think you're too good to be
tomorrow.
true right now. They're like,
I don't
he's too
see
good
anyone
looking. I don't
following
trust
you
him.
around right now. Are you okay? Are you sick today? Did someone touch your painting?
Just don't trust anyone that good looking.
Oh, yours is spending money, so we should start with a shopping spree.
Oh, yeah.
It's a montage.
Montage.
You're at the little fun palace. So
Oh, right.
Oh, maybe we
all
spend all
sorts
your
of stuff.
tickets. Just like a little vampire tea. All sorts of little Victorian tchotchkes.
Oh, wow. What would they sell?
I know, a little tin.
Tin
My
whistles?
eras are not great. I was like, I was even looking at music. I was like, oh, I don't know much about music of the era. Yeah, maybe
And
10.
stick a kaleidoscope.
Ooh.
Fancy toys. A little bear with wheels for feet.
Cup and ball.
Cup and
A bad ball. We haven't got any
A
mastermind
pinwheel?
clues since that first one.
Any what?
No mastermind clues since those first 2.
Don't rub it in.
I'm just like
Yeah.
when you get the third one, something happens.
Oh man, yeah, I
Oh.
need to burn off that mistrust and start start charming people into giving me clues.
Yeah, I need to start using my reason more too. Not just a min max, but also just as a character.
Hmm.
But no, I mean, it makes sense that your character's strongest stat is probably strongest for a reason that they
Mhm.
use it all the time or whatever.
And it's a
Yeah,
shame we
when
can't
confronted with
use
the police, I should have outmaneuvered him.
reasoned with them.
Yeah.
It's a shame we can't use old bones and build it as a cosmic passage mark.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it'll be hard to get that. Or maybe I'm speaking as someone who's already marked off 2 masks.
Oh God. Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't done one yet. I will soon.
Did I give you I gave you a scene at the end of the first one where the mastermind clue where she was like watching you from across the street or something?
Yes.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
the sparkly jewel.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to do one last time that I didn't do. So last week,
Last week on
previously on the
Previously
Betweens.
on, and it's a scene that we didn't actually see in the show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that one was I'll just read the thing. Narrate a scene showing Theodora and she has a gargantuan study at Braithwaite Hall. She has a large, impressive manor, and she is waited on by her servant Eleanor while she stares at an enormous map of London hanging on the wall. And she takes out a pushpin and puts it on the location of Hargrave House.
How dare she?
I guess this is a good one. And this is the post-credit scene for this one.
Yeah.
Then she has 2 more pushpins, and she puts one on St. James Place and one on the Warburg Gardens. And her sapphire choker glimmers in the candlelight as the scene ends.
and Samuel L. Jackson saunters into the room. Sorry.
Post-credit scene.
Oh man.
Huzzah.
I will always both love and hate MCU post-credit scenes.
Go see the next movie.
Yeah.
Or here's a movie we want to make. Please let us make this movie. No, we're not going to do the Adam. Okay, cool.
Opportunity.
Yeah, that's that. Sweet. Outro.
Join us same time next week.
I will. Oh, do you want to do Stars and Wishes for this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyone have anything particular they want to start with?
I feel really daunted by getting sufficient clues on St. James right now. There's this moment of like, oh no.
I found a lot. I think my star for this one overall. This was just a really fun episode, and there were some really fun moments. Especially like Francis's stuff.
Yeah, I loved interweaving Francis just having a delightful day at the fun fair.
We're having the worst
The
day. You're having
nightmare
the.
problem. Yeah.
I also I was thinking about that at the top of the show. I was like, oh, like usually in a RPG, I will do the stinky, sexy, funny thing. And I was like, oh, actually, when we do Brindlewood, it's just like, oh, we all like each other. It's us against the world. And it was like kind of a nice,
Oh yeah.
it was a nice demonstration of that, of like, yeah.
It's sort of like we have enough conflict with
Yeah.
everyone
We have
meet.
enough conflict that I don't need. I mean, we may not always like each other, but like, there's this like general like, I've got your back, Gareth.
We're a team.
Like I liked that we got to kind of demonstrate some of that. I was thinking about that at the top, where I was like, oh yeah, usually I would like pick people to like and hate, but I think we've got enough conflict. I think I'm gonna try to chase my questions and my reason a little bit more, just because I think it'll help flesh out Paloma as a character.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah, those
caricature.
are always a good kind of like.
I'd like to see her do well. Like I think I've been kind of leaning on the comedy of her like trying to lie, but it was like, oh, actually, like she's probably really. I think I need to play competent more. That's my wish for myself.
Yeah, I think that you're right. Those questions are like the questions are a good compass for when you're just like, I don't know what to do. Like, how can I answer one of my
Yeah,
questions?
it's not like min maxing. It's like it's fun story stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so bad about that.
I just found myself, I don't know if my brain was just not working today, but like I just so many times today found myself just going like, I literally can't think of anything to do.
Yeah.
No, same. My brain was like that today too.
I'm just like,
You're in a
tackle her, I guess.
you're in a bunch of bodies. What do you do? I don't know. I'd take a nap.
Just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
chill out.
completely forgot my questions during the play session today.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to keep track of.
I think once I was thrown in with you are at the dance promenade at the fun fair, I was just like, I know everything about this situation. Let me at it.
Yeah, I think seeing you do that, I was like, oh yes, it's really, really fun to see these characters in their element.
Yeah.
Because
True,
the bad
yeah.
shit is happening without us forcing it on us. It's kind of nice to also see. Like I was like, oh, Paloma needs to like get to her lab and like do some science.
Oh yeah,
Or like at a university and give a lecture or
Yeah, like give a lecture.
do
I was like,
something,
I'm
yeah.
gonna push Paloma into places where she shines.
And honestly, something that I don't know if we can make this happen, but like I would also be delighted by Paloma in her element in the lab and either Francis or Gareth along for the ride completely out of their
Yeah,
element.
I think that was the
Yeah.
draw with like trying to show up at your home turf
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Of like,
yeah.
oh, it is really funny to see the contrast too.
Mhm.
Of like, yeah, we're just two dirty drunks right now, showing up at your fancy party.
That's a perfect place to see and be seen.
It will be interesting to see where this goes as we get more and more threats as well, because like, I mean, obviously I like being together. I like interacting with the other players.
Mhm.
And I just, not like that has to be exclusively that, but it'll be interesting as, and I could be wrong. We'll see as play goes on, but I just feel like as we get more and more threats, there's probably more reasons we might have to split up and be like, you go check that out, I'll go check that
Seems
out.
like we
you
get
go
more
check
clues
out.
that way too. Like it was like, oh, I don't know.
But I
don't
mean,
wanna
it
be
also
there.
seems like, I don't know. It seems like that's totally optional, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there'll
Yeah.
ever be a reason like we have to split it. We could just be like, well, we're all going to concentrate on clues for this thing, and then we'll
Yeah.
all go concentrate on clues for that thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen Umbrella Academy?
It's on my, it's on my
I've
list
just-
of stuff to watch, but I haven't watched
Yeah.
any.
I would recommend watching an episode and pay attention to the Klaus character, who's the kid, the Irish kid from Misfits. I think there's some good stuff there for you.
I have been watching Penny Dreadful though. Take that back.
Oh, that's good. The
Because
seances.
I'd watched through about a few episodes into season 2, and then I had just like it just dropped off my radar and I quit
Yeah.
watching it. Not on purpose, just one of those things. And then I was
Yeah.
like, when we started playing this, I was like, I should really start watching that again as inspiration.
Yeah, I think I stopped watching like just a little bit after the Dorian Gray showed up.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I was doing research for a different game.
Dorian
podcast
Gray
that I
based.
was writing like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, very like same like some of you are monsters and some of you are monster hunters, but very different tone. I think. And
Oh,
like,
okay.
You're not solving mysteries. It's more Lady Blackbird, like bad shit's happening. Run.
Oh, man. So I guess we'll all meet for Viking longboats tomorrow.
Yeah, longboats.
Yeah.
How does that, since Mark is, how's the co-op thing work? Do we need, or like
One of us
anything
starts
special
the
we
game,
need to
Get a
and there's
code.
a room code.
just
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Demio?
So probably like one of us start a room, get in a Oculus party, and then we
And then you
just
can choose
voice
which
chat.
is us you like the best.
Yeah.
Join that room.
Yeah, we should definitely make a party first. And then
There is a weird system for voting on songs that I think is just who picks first.
I think it picks randomly between the two songs because I
Oh,
was in
okay.
I was in a multiplayer and it was me and someone else picked a hard song. I'm like, no, let's do Loki. And it picked Loki. So I was like, okay, cool. I guess that's
Okay.
So
Because
what-
I thought it was always picking yours.
what is a party? What is?
It's a thing on just like
Yeah.
an Oculus thing where you join a party with someone and it just
Yeah.
like puts on permanent voice chat with everyone, I think.
Mark,
Okay.
could you take point on that tomorrow? Just
Yeah.
because I haven't done it before.
Yeah, yeah.
you.
Cool,
Yeah, I
cool.
think you can start and just like invite people to the party.
Come to the party. Voice chat party.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stream view. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Internet.
Bye. Bye.